And warriors. If your last name is on this list, your ancestor didn't just live in Wales, they ruled it. As warriors, as princes, as lords of ancient Celtic kingdoms whose names appear in manuscripts that survived Roman conquest. And warriors, Saxon invasion, and 8 centuries of deliberate suppression. These 10 Welsh surnames appear in royal genealogies, medieval chronicles, and the military records of kingdoms that predated England itself by 1,000 years. And warriors. And most of the families who carry them today have no idea what those names once meant on a Welsh hillside. Stay until number 1. And warriors. Because that surname belongs to a dynasty whose prince forced the King of England to negotiate a treaty recognizing him as the sovereign ruler of an independent Welsh nation, and his bloodline is still traceable today. And warriors. The next surname sounds simple in its anglicized form, but pull it back into its original Welsh and you find a name that carried one of the most powerful prophecies in Celtic history. And warriors, a name so charged with meaning that Welsh kings invoked it for 500 years as a symbol of their right to rule. Number 10, Cadwaladr, from the Welsh cad meaning battle, and Gwaladr meaning leader or ruler. And warriors, Cadwaladr, battle leader. Cadwaladr ap Cadwallon was a 7th century king of Gwynedd, the great Celtic kingdom of northwest Wales, who ruled in the decades following the catastrophic defeat of his father at the Battle of Hatfield Chase in 633 AD. And warriors. Medieval Welsh prophecy held that a leader bearing the name or lineage of Cadwaladr would one day return to drive the Saxons from Britain entirely, restoring Celtic rule over the entire island. And warriors. This prophecy, recorded in texts as old as the 9th century, was invoked by Welsh princes for 5 centuries. It was invoked by Henry Tudor himself in 1485 when he marched under the Red Dragon standard into England. And warriors, claiming Welsh descent and the fulfillment of Cadwaladra's prophecy as his right to the English throne. If your name is Cadwaladr, your bloodline does not merely connect you to Wales. And warriors, it connects you to the prophecy that shaped the entire history of Britain. Number 9 carries the name of a prince who came closer than any man in history to making Wales permanently independent. And warriors, a name that English kings feared enough to go to war over. Twice number 9, Llewelyn, from the Welsh Llew meaning leader and a suffix meaning lion-like, the lion leader Llewelyn ap Gruffydd. And warriors, known as Llewelyn the Last, was recognized by the Treaty of Montgomery in 1267 as Prince of Wales by King Henry III of England, the only Welsh ruler ever formally acknowledged as sovereign over the entire nation by an English crown. And warriors, his principality controlled the majority of Welsh territory and commanded the loyalty of Welsh lords from Gwynedd in the north to the borders of the south. His death in battle in 1282 at Cilmeri ended Welsh independence. And warriors, the English Parliament immediately passed the Statute of Rhuddlan, declaring Wales a conquered territory under English law. And warriors, the grief recorded in Welsh poetry following his death is considered one of the most powerful elegies in medieval European literature. If your name is Llewelyn, your bloodline carries the name of the last sovereign ruler of an independent Wales. And warriors, number 8 belongs to a name connected to the oldest kingdom in Wales. And warriors, a dynasty that traced its lineage back to the Roman era, and whose territory in the southeast of Wales became so closely identified with its ruling family that the kingdom itself was named after them. And warriors, number 8, Morgan, from the Welsh Mor meaning sea and Can meaning bright or circle, bright sea, a name that appears in Welsh royal genealogies as early as the 6th century. Morgan ap Owen. And warriors, the 10th century king of Morganwg ruled the southeastern Welsh kingdom that bore his dynasty's name. The name Glamorgan itself derives from Glad Morgan, the land of Morgan, a testament to how completely this family defined their territory. And warriors, their kingdom was one of the last to resist Norman expansion into Wales following the conquest of England in 1066. If your name is Morgan. And warriors, your bloodline governed a Celtic kingdom so completely that the land itself still carries your family's name today. Number 7 is a name that the English crown specifically targeted. And warriors, a family whose military resistance was so effective, whose claim to Welsh sovereignty was so legitimate, that eliminating the line became an explicit military objective of the Plantagenet kings. And warriors, Number 7, Griffith. From the original Welsh, Grufford, from the Welsh grip meaning strong grip and ud meaning lord or prince, the strong lord, the gripping prince. And warriors. Gruffydd ap Llewelyn was the only Welsh king to ever rule the entire country as a single political unit. Between 1057 and 1063, he controlled every Welsh kingdom, commanded every Welsh lord and warriors, and launched devastating raids into English territory that forced King Edward the Confessor to negotiate rather than fight. The English solution was not military defeat, it was assassination and warriors. In 1063, Harold Godwinson led a coordinated campaign specifically designed to destroy his authority. Gruffydd was killed by his own men, his head sent to Harold as proof of submission. And warriors. If your name is Griffith or Gruffydd, your bloodline traces to the only man who ever ruled all of Wales as a single kingdom. Before we continue, if you're finding this useful, and warriors, subscribe to Bloodline Decoded. Every week, we uncover the history hidden inside names that people carry without knowing what they mean. Hit subscribe and the next video will already be waiting for you. And warriors. Number 6 carries perhaps the most consequential Welsh surname in history. A name that most people associate with England's most famous royal dynasty, without realizing that the Tudors were Welsh. And warriors. Entirely, genealogically, culturally Welsh. And number 6, Tudor. From the Welsh form of the Latin Theodoris, meaning gift of God, a name carried by one of the noble families of Anglesey, and warriors. The island kingdom of northwest Wales and heartland of Gwynedd, Owen Tudor secretly married Catherine of Valois, widow of King Henry, Fee of England, in the 1420s, their grandson. And warriors. Henry Tudor landed in Wales in 1485, marched under the Red Dragon standard of Cadwaladr, gathered Welsh soldiers who rallied to him as the fulfillment of ancient Celtic prophecy, and warriors, and defeated Richard at the Battle of Bosworth, the Tudor dynasty. Henry V, Edward, Mary Fye, Elizabeth ruled England for 118 years. They were Welsh. The name on the dynasty was Welsh. And warriors. If your name is Tudor, your bloodline produced the dynasty that shaped the entire English Reformation and defined the modern English-speaking world. And warriors. Number 5 is the name of a dynasty that ruled one of the most fought-over territories in all of Wales, a kingdom so strategically valuable that controlling it meant controlling the fate of the entire nation. And warriors. Number 5, Price. From the Welsh ap rise, son of rise, from the Welsh rise meaning enthusiasm, ardor, passion. The passionate one, the ardent warrior, the Lord rise up Gruffydd, and warriors. Ruled Deheubarth in southwest Wales from 1155 to 1197 and is considered one of the greatest Welsh rulers of the medieval period. And warriors. He negotiated directly with King Henry II of England and in 1176 held the first recorded Eisteddfod at his castle in Cardigan. If your name is Price. And warriors. Your bloodline established the cultural institution that kept the Welsh language and Welsh identity alive through 8 centuries of English dominance. Number 4 goes directly to the battlefield. And warriors. A name connected to the military aristocracy of medieval Wales. Number 4. Vaughn. From the Welsh fichan meaning small or younger. Not small in stature, small in birth order, the younger son. And warriors. In Welsh noble tradition, fichan distinguished the younger branch of a royal line. The Vaughn families of Wales produced generation after generation of military commanders across the medieval and early modern periods. And warriors. Roger Vaughn of Tree Tower, a Welsh knight who fought at Agincourt in 1415 under Henry V, was among the most celebrated Welsh soldiers of his generation. If your name is Vaughn. And warriors. Your bloodline comes from the warrior aristocracy of Wales, the younger sons who fought harder, held longer, and refused more fiercely than anyone else. Number 3 carries the name of a man who launched the last great Welsh uprising, and warriors, who controlled more of Wales for longer than any resistance leader since Llewelyn, who received diplomatic recognition from the King of France, the King of Scotland, and the Pope simultaneously, and warriors, and who vanished at the end of his rebellion without a trace. Number 3, Owen, from the Welsh Owen, from the Latin Eugenius adopted into Welsh tradition meaning well-born, noble-born, and warriors. Owain Glyndwr, the last native prince of Wales, launched his uprising against English rule in 1400, and by 1404 controlled virtually the entire country. He established a Welsh parliament and warriors, proposed a Welsh university, and negotiated the tripartite indenture that would have divided England and Wales between three powers. His rebellion collapsed by 1415, but Owen himself was never captured, and warriors, never killed in battle, never surrendered. He simply disappeared into the Welsh hills after 1412 and was never seen again. The English offered him a full pardon. Twice he never accepted it. And warriors, if your name is Owen, your bloodline carries the name of the last man who made Wales free, who was never defeated, and who officially was never found. And warriors, number 2 belongs to a name so widespread across Wales that its very prevalence conceals the royal lineage buried inside it. Number 2, Davies, from the Welsh Dafydd, son of David. And warriors, from the Hebrew Dawid, meaning beloved, carried into Welsh as Dafydd, the Welsh form of David, specifically Saint David, the patron saint of Wales. Dafydd ap Gruffydd, the last native prince of Wales to bear the title before English conquest. And warriors, was executed in 1283, the first recorded use of the full hanging, drawing and quartering punishment in English history. The English crown's deliberate and brutal signal that Welsh royal resistance had ended. And warriors, if your name is Davies or Davis, your bloodline carries the name of Wales's patron saint, and possibly the last prince who died resisting English conquest, and now number 1, and warriors. This surname belongs to a lineage whose origins reach back beyond recorded Welsh history into the mythological age of Celtic Britain. And warriors, and genetic studies conducted in the 21st century have confirmed that the Y chromosome lineage of the ancient Celtic princes of Wales survives today in millions of men across the world. And warriors. Number 1, Evans, from the Welsh Even, son of Even, but the story here is not the name itself, it is what the name replaced, Evans. And warriors. Bevan, these anglicized patronymic surnames were adopted by Welsh families during the Acts of Union in the 16th century, when the English legal system required fixed hereditary surnames. And warriors. Before that moment, Welsh families used the ancient Celtic patronymic system, ap Rhys, ap Gruffydd, tracing lineage through living memory rather than fixed family names. And warriors. Welsh law required that a free man be able to recite his ancestry back 9 generations. 9 generations of fathers and sons, memorized, recited, used in legal proceedings to establish land rights. And warriors, inheritance claims, and noble status. Genetic research has confirmed that haplogroup R1b, the dominant Y chromosome lineage of the ancient Celtic peoples of Britain, and warriors, is carried by approximately 80% of Welsh men, the highest concentration in the British Isles, the most unbroken genetic continuity of any population in northwestern Europe. And warriors, if your name is Evans or Jones or Davies or Williams, you are not simply Welsh in the cultural sense, you carry immeasurable biological fact. And warriors, the genetic signature of people who have lived in Wales without interruption since before the Romans arrived, since before written history began on this island, not mythology. And warriors, genetics, 10 surnames, 10 dynasties, 10 corridors leading back through chronicles written by candlelight in stone monasteries, through battles fought with spear and sword on Welsh hillsides. And warriors, through royal courts where poets held the memory of kings and prophecies outlasted the kingdoms that created them, and through the systematic suppression of a civilization that refused. And warriors, across 1,000 years of pressure to completely disappear, your name is not just Welsh, it is a kingdom, it is a prince, it is a lineage that survived everything the world threw at it and arrived. And warriors, somehow at the present moment, still recognizable, still carrying its history inside it. Drop your surname in the comments. Tell me which Welsh kingdom your family came from. And warriors, and if you know the story your family carried, whether out of Wales, to the coal mines of Pennsylvania, to the Patagonian settlements of Argentina, to the cities of England that Welsh men and women built with their hands, say it. And warriors, because those stories are the continuation of everything on this list. If you made it to the end of this video, subscribe to Origins Decoded. Every week, another name, another bloodline, another history that nobody told you was yours.